So next up, we get. I'll be honest here. Bizarre Marvel news. So Marvel, ahead of Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars, is really high on bringing back previous Marvel actors, or rumors have circulated forever about bringing previous Marvel actors back. Well, there's one character that some people definitely have been clamoring for to come back. And not that it makes any sense, but they will be returning. Liv Tyler is returning as Betty Ross in Captain America New World Order, to which I'm just going, for why? Like, Liv Tyler is not a bad actress, but Marvel, goes out of their way to ignore Incredible Hulk. Like, yes, we got, Thunderbolt Ross back for Civil War, and I'm sure he was going to be a bigger role in this before he ultimately passed away, and he's going to get recast with Harrison Ford. But by and large, if I remember correctly, it's because it's a legal thing. Like, distribution of that is still from Universal's end of things. I know there's a very vocal minority that wanted Betty Ross back, but I'm just going, why? She wasn't a really big part of Incredible Hulk. And also, Hulk hasn't necessarily been the A-lister in the MCU that he frankly deserves or has been in the past. Like, Mark Ruffalo, as much as I love Mark Ruffalo's Hulk, he's the friendly Hulk too much nowadays. He is not the Incredible Hulk. He is the polite Hulk nowadays, with a son with a terrible bowl cut now. Like, the Betty Ross era represents a different age of Marvel. Like, some people have already brought up an interesting point that I'm just going, no, that's a bad idea. Of, she's in this because she is from a different universe, and it's the universe is collapsing in on itself, creating incursions. And I'm going, or we just have never had a Betty Ross in the MCU yet, besides Incredible Hulk, and they're just bringing her back. It's more just weird to me because Incredible Hulk came out in 2010, the same year as Iron Man 2, I believe. I think it was either the same year as Iron Man or the same year as Iron Man 2. One of the two, because Iron Man shows up at the end. Why are we waiting 13 years to bring back this one character that wasn't particularly a big deal in Incredible Hulk, other than cheap nostalgia points of just like, oh, hey, we did that thing where we brought back somebody else, and everyone's just going, it's Betty Ross. I actually had to double check to go, all right, which one's the Hulk character and which one's the one that made the American flag, so I don't get this mixed up for the graphic, because I care that little about Betty Ross, and I don't get why they're making this big deal about her return.
I don't either. I really don't. To me, especially like in a movie that we're not sure what is going to happen with New World Order. I love Liv Tyler, but sure, okay, whatever. Bring back people from old Marvel movies, but heaven forbid you make good films now. I guess I don't know. It's just this is the most like one note boring thing to do. I don't, if they make her from another universe, I'm gonna hate it. Absolutely. Genuinely want no multiverse stuff happening in this movie. Captain America doesn't need it. I think I don't need the multiversal stuff in that Captain America movie. I'm so frustrated with how the multiverse stuff has gone so far. It would be so nice to have a break from it. So nice to have one movie be like, yo, we know this stuff is, maybe we can acknowledge it or something, but we're dealing with this threat right now. Which would such a great breather.
The weird thing is, there's not one Incredible Hulk character in this movie. There's three. Because we've got her coming back. We've got Thunderbolt Ross, albeit with a different actor, with Harrison Ford, who I'm just so looking forward to Harrison Ford on the press tour for this movie. Harrison, what really drew you to this material? I needed a new patio. Or something to that effect of like, They had a good
I had
sale
to
on
fix my plane after
cars.
crashing it
Yeah,
again.
I had to fix my plane. Oh, but then also you get Tim Blake Nelson as the leader, not only in this movie, but supposedly as the main villain. To which I'm going, ah, yes, a Hulk villain as the villain in a Captain America movie. Sure. Okay. It's again Marvel trying to get around that legal loophole of like, so we can't make a Hulk movie, but we can use pieces from Hulk in other movies. It's called Ragnaroking, and we'll just keep doing that. I'm going, is this for the benefit of this story? Like I'm looking forward to seeing Sam be the new Cap.
Absolutely.
I have been worried about this movie though, just because it feels like this is going to be almost too big of a story. That I'm just like, the reason why Captain America: The Winter Soldier is still one of my favorite MCU movies of all time, if not my favorite, that's a pretty small scope story. Yeah, it's about Hydra potentially killing a third of the population, but before that, it's government espionage. It's pretty tight and confined. This seems like they're just trying to make a big, epic, grand scale story. I'm going, that is not what new Captain America needs. He needs his own, like, ramp up to get to a certain point. He needs his own personal story. And I know some people are like, well, you got that in Falcon Winter Soldier. That is not the same. Not everyone watched Falcon Winter Soldier. Like, I don't know. Too many cooks might be in the kitchen on New World Order, but it could just be me getting too worried about it because we're still so far out and we don't really know too much about it. But I just want Sam to be treated better, and I feel like he might be stuck in the middle of a bloated mess here.
Yeah, and I feel bad for him too, because I genuinely really love his Captain America. That season finale was so good for him in the show because up to that point I was kind of like, I don't know if he's going to pull this off, but then seeing Cap being able to fly with the wingsuit, but then also use the shield was so cool. I need way more of it. I don't know why we're doing a Hulk villain in a Captain America movie, but maybe it'll be cool. Who knows? All I know is if they save Hulk for like, let Ruffalo's Hulk lose it finally, and that's how you introduce Wolverine, then sure, let's do that. But I don't know.